Welcome. Excuse me. Whoa, stop.
That's your chest.
I'm still you know, so funny. The times I was playing with you, with your arm was sore and shit like that.
Oh, you feel it now?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Stop. Stop. Please stop.
How's it feel to be sore?
Okay. Stop. Jesus.
This guy's finally sore.
Stop.
Oh, shit.
Oh man. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That shit was tough.
Nigga, my wrist the next day, I thought I snapped some shit. I knew not to throw that 6. I did it in practice, and it hurt in practice, so I was like, I'm not going to throw it in the game. But then the final round, he's like, throw everything you got. I was like, really? He's like, huh? I was like, let me throw that 6.
That was a phrase. That was a fucking safe word.
Yeah, he said, throw it, give it all you got. Because he didn't know it was going to be 5 rounds. That's why he was kind of pacing me.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was going to be like 8 rounds, but anyway.
I'm happy we did 5 because, A, I don't think we would have made it. And B, a definitive ending would have made more sense.
Facts.
All right. Welcome back, Playback. We're here to figure out why it might be acceptable. No. Welcome back, Playback. We're here to try to debunk an age-old belief. Why men should not put their hands on women under no circumstances.
Or pushed as it relates to boys versus girls. Like, oh, that's a girl, don't do this or don't do that. But in terms, oh my goodness, my voice. But in terms of men,
thank you, Jesus.
In terms of grown men, I don't have enough information to say that because some men maybe don't know how to even treat a woman. Some don't know how to protect themselves. Some do know how to protect themselves and avoid certain situations. Like there's some men who will not go to that hotel room with that woman and he's this famous man. There's some who won't do that. There's some that will. I mean, there's so much variation, so I don't have enough information to answer that properly.
Okay.
Lauren, can I ask a question, Kay?
Oh Jesus, Chicago, why are you doing this to us? Go
No,
ahead.
I mean serious. Do you think the men in your family were taught how to treat women?
Yes.
Okay, they were. Were they taught how to protect themselves from women?
Yes.
In what way?
Just not even getting into certain situations, especially as Black men, knowing certain things that could happen, things like that. Do you think it's okay if you as a man were not hurt? And I would never do it, so I'm not trying to advocate for people hitting, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if a woman that was small hit you, do you think you should hit her back even though you weren't hurt?
I absolutely think I should have the right to hit that lady back. No,
Even if you weren't hurt?
Absolutely. It
Why?
cannot be the case that some 5'3" woman gets to run around and hit every 6-foot man. Like, what world are you living in? Just because you can't hurt, wait. Just because a woman is 5'3" and can't hurt a man over 6 foot means that she just gets to walk around and hit every single man willy-nilly?
No.
Look at this.
Huh?
That's the lead attorney. That's the attorney.
I know who he is.
He didn't just say, maybe so. I think so.
No, but
it said, absolutely, I should have the right to start fucking bopping her back.
Look, I think this applies not just with men and women, but anytime there's a huge size difference. Just be like, you don't get points for whooping someone's ass if there's a huge size difference.
I don't think he's talking about getting points. I think he's saying
No, I feel him. But like, for example, when Duke and Davis were mad at each other, Duke is bigger than Davis.
Yeah.
I could reasonably believe Duke would whoop Davis' ass. Who knows? It might be different, but I can reasonably believe just from the size difference. So to calm him down, Phantom told Duke, this was like years ago when we did a football video, and it was getting a little physical. He's like, bro, you're gonna regret hitting him afterwards. You're not gonna gain nothing out the situation because he's like, you're obviously gonna win the fight.
Yeah.
So I think in those situations, don't strike back.
I get that, but that would thus mean that the bigger person,
you'd have to be
to be the bigger person.
Yeah, you'd have to be the bigger person. That's basically what I'm saying.
But then it's like, okay, so. But see, here's the problem I have with men. Most men know not to hit other men. Matter of fact, let me say that back. all men know not to just randomly go around striking men, even if you're in a situation.
'Cause you might get your
unless
ass
you're,
beat.
I'm about to say, unless you're really
There's
prepared.
plenty of shit I can't do,
with
Lo.
the opportunity to get your ass.
Bro,
beat.
if I'm in a different city, there's plenty shit I can't do unless I'm trying to get run up on.
Yeah.
I can't even look at you too long.
Yeah.
If I don't know who you are, bro, and you're posted up, I can't even look at you too
Exactly.
long. I can't do a U-turn. If I do a U-turn, I can't go back to the same block because I already looked. There's a lot of rules. I just know not to do these things because I want to put myself in a position where somebody tries me because I'm not trying to get sued, bro. I got too much shit to lose or get my ass beat or get shot at, bro. I love my life.
Which is crazy because I think women don't live by that though. Women clearly don't live by those like land of the laws because they know for a fact that, like, traditionally speaking, men are not going to put their hands on women. So what she's saying is true. Like she's not even addressing like the mental state of a woman who decides to put their hand on a man regardless, knowing that there's a really good opportunity that you're gonna get your ass beat. So men who knows that there's a really good chance they're gonna get their ass beat, but they not doing nothing to another man. They not even like you said, not even looking, not even driving by a certain way. Them niggas is ultra polite.
But,
They
like,
like,
you
hey
can't
man, you gonna get your door for you real quick? You
You
hey,
can't
man,
even
come on,
like
come on, come on.
drive slow past
Yeah.
somebody.
They can't.
Like if someone's on a side, I can't drive slow past them with 5% tints.
Exactly.
I can't.
You can't, or you can't look at the window. If you look out the window, just looking around the city, you accidentally catch eye contact. Just like, oh no, that's fine. I'm good, dog.
Depends where you are, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm just.
Cause it's like they might, especially for me, they might know who I am, and then it's like I don't want to deal with the hassle.
Or a
bro.
nigga just might be like, "What you looking at, nigga?"
Bro, one time I was in Venice Beach. This dude was posted up. It was like me, Davis. I think it was like two other people, Peter, one other person, right? And we were walking. It was night. It was like 9 p.m. It was this Venice Beach, right? There's plenty of people walking around Venice Beach. He looks at us and he goes, "Yo, y'all from around here?" He looks at Davis really. He goes, "You from around here?" And then for some reason, no one's saying nothing. Now, Davis dripped out in Louis this and chain that, right? So already we look like a lick. And it don't even look like we could defend ourselves. So I'm like, yeah, we from around here. It looked like he was just trying to sell trying to sell us a pack.
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, what area are you from? And I was just like 5 minutes east of here, man.
So then he
But
was
the
like,
fucked up part
so then he was like,
I was wearing a
so-
Toronto t-shirt with a Toronto hat. I ain't look like I was from there, bro.
So he was looking like, so you're not from around here, okay?
Yeah.
'Cause Nobody.
But
said
he
5
he
minutes
really
east.
could have tried us. If we wasn't in a group, he really could have tried any one of us. He was really just trying to sell us something at the end of the day. But you don't know what that could have resulted in. I wasn't from that area,
Yes.
and I lied to him. But anyway, but that being said, like,
Just letting women know who watch these videos, and also men, y'all know as well, bro. That's how we just don't operate like that. We just not walking around just doing some miscellaneous shit to other niggas because we know for a fact it could be a legit problem.
bro, even like if you go to a country you don't know, bro, your pockets have to have zippers. If you don't zip up your pocket, niggas is like Altair and Ezio. They'll just pickpocket you. You wouldn't even know you lost something. So you don't put something in a pocket unless it has a zipper. So there's like a code you just live by in life as to not draw controversy. And for the most part, I can be confrontational, but only when necessary. I'm not like being confrontational with, just regular
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's not a bunch of fandoms out here trying to like dissolve beef between a bigger and smaller dude. Because a lot of times the bigger dude will just beat the shit out of that smaller dude's ass.
Yeah.
And because of that, the smaller dude now moves on the rest of his life knowing not to try shit with no big niggas. Like he now knows not to do it. But women, y'all know that men ain't gonna hit y'all, so that's why y'all do that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's just crazy, bro.
No. Well,
there you
Bro,
go.
One time,
So,
I know, you wanna get to
okay,
that
so
part.
are you saying that it's men's duty to
Jesus
teach
Christ, who
women-
said the word duty? Are you? Come on,
I'm
Kay.
asking
crazy.
Listen, Kay.
I'm asking
I'm starting to see what people are talking about.
I'm
No
asking
one said
you.
the word duty but you. Like, you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm not.
I
I'm
said what I
asking
said.
you. I'm asking you. Do you
Well, don't know.
think,
Well, if you ask me then, but don't put words in my mouth
I'm
when you
not.
ask me.
I said, do you think that it's a man's duty to put like a smaller woman in her place if she tries to hit him?
No.
It's her duty to keep her hands to herself.
Hold
I agree with that.
on, wait, because I don't want Kay to misunderstand what the lead was saying. Kay, the way you started with the question, you said, "Are you saying that it's a man's duty?"
Right.
Exactly, Rilla.
So that's a different
Exactly.
question. That's why he was saying, "Don't put words in my mouth."
Thank you, Rilla.
That's a different way of asking. So
Are you
you're saying,
Like,
saying-
really and I
say
are
no
actually
or yes?
listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth, even if you're not listening to them. Like, I
Yeah.
get very offended when people put words in my mouth because I
Oh,
choose my
me
words.
too.
I choose my words precisely.
I feel you. I wasn't trying to put words in your mouth. I was saying, do you feel? What do you think about that? Is
A
what I'm
man
asking.
should have the duty to make sure that he is protected at all times, and should allow no one to just walk around willy-nilly hitting him, whether or not he feels subjectively or objectively that person can or cannot hurt him.
Hey, Lead, I have a question.
Oh.
I have a question. So let's just take the dynamics of you and Kay. And Kay's 5'3", you're 6'3", a whole foot, and she hits you. What? And you're like, well, you hit me, I should be able to hit you back. What about an alternative? And I'm just asking, of a restraint, since you're bigger, and grabbing her ass and calling the police and saying she's right now hitting me, come here and arrest her for assault, and having it.
Here's a problem I have. I'm sorry. Here's a reason why I hate when women say these things. Because you all, and I'm saying this, and I just want it to be relatable, and I'm going to go into explaining to why it's ridiculous to even say something like that. You all want people to believe, understand, comfort you when you have been in a situation where someone may have taken advantage of you. This is a situation where women are taking advantage of men because women are doing these things because they know for a fact a man is going to be viewed a certain type of way if he retaliates.
Retaliate. You can do it, man.
Yeah, retaliate.
You did it.
Okay.
Neither.
If he does that in a certain type of way, they know what it's going to be perceived as. So y'all are taking advantage of the knowledge that more than likely he's not going to hit you, not because he doesn't have the physical capability of, but he already knows the heat he's going to receive from behind it. So y'all take advantage of that. But y'all want people to understand y'all's perspective, but y'all can't understand our perspective, because listen to what she's saying. A woman hits me. Okay. Now I'm snatch her up. I'm hemming her up. I have both hands on her. I call the police. How the fuck am I doing that? And what am I doing with my toes? Like how if I'm trying to restrain her, I now as a man have to not only it's my duty to restrain her and then find a way to fucking get to my phone, call 911, talk to them while I'm still listen to what y'all are saying. And when women say that, it's so obvious that y'all have never been in that situation before. So it just it sounds so ignorant when y'all speak up on shit like that, bro.
I agree and disagree. I agree that I think a lot of women take for granted the fact that it's not going to revolve into something physical. There's plenty of shit I could do to Lo right now where I know it could evolve into a physical confrontation if I drew it that way. But also, for example, not just in terms of size difference, let's say there's a skill difference. When you become a black belt in judo, when you learn jujitsu, Joe Rogan talked about this a little bit on his podcast a while ago, where he was talking about the times he's had to break fights up. The reality is, if I know how to kickbox, box, jujitsu, it don't matter. If I know a fighting technique, I could whoop your ass. If I have years of boxing training, bro, unless you have a weapon on you, bro, you're getting your ass beat. So that being said, when you're being taught how to fight, they teach you to use it responsibly.
I think
so
in some cases,
even when we went to the...
It might be illegal, though.
That too.
Yeah.
But so when we went to the wrestling dojo, like the code of the sumo wrestling is on the walls.
Yeah.
Reality is a sumo could beat your ass.
Yep.
You don't get in a confrontation with somebody like that. But there's the sense that like once you learn how to fight, you don't use it recklessly.
Yeah, for sure.
You're supposed to use it responsibly. So I think in the same way, if you're a bigger person, bro, if I'm fighting Kai, I'm doing it responsibly. Like I can't kill him, and the same applies to like somebody bigger than me. They have to. So that being said,
but
there's
that being said, Kai isn't going to try you though.
right. If I'm genuinely in fear that I'm gonna get hurt, then you defend yourself. But if I'm not in fear I gotta get hurt, then I will have the expectation that given that you have that advantage, you should be able to take the high ground on the situation. Not saying that what the person's doing is right, but it's just that like, come on, dog. Like You could devolve the situation without like killing him, like just.
Oh no! I you can dissolve it. I understand that, but I think that it's also. I just think there's a level of unrealistic because any man who's been in that situation, which I guess I don't know if you're gonna pivot to your story, but any man who's been in that situation knows that it's not as it's not as easy as I'm gonna restrain you and then call the police. Like it's just not that easy. It sounds like it can be, but there's a lot of fucking finagling you would have to do before you even get to the point where you feel comfortable hitting 911 and calling somebody.
911 is not even. It's not even gonna help, bro.
Yeah, it's not. And
you
on
don't
top
know.
of that, that's not gonna help.
You don't even know in what way the other person's gonna lie about what happened. Do you have any way to prove that it happened? Like, there's been multiple times where women have been physical with me. I do this tactic. It's called withdrawing. I don't even like. Let's say you have your hand like on my neck and you're choking me. I don't even like pull your hand off reasonably. Yeah. I just like pull myself back. Yeah. Like one of them right there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want her to say I gripped her wrist strongly. And I'm talking about a real confrontation. I've had this happen to me multiple times. I was telling this story on my stream the other day. There's this girl I used to talk to. Anyway, long story. The short version of it is that she came over. She was upset I didn't text her in like a bunch of days. I basically told her like, I'm not really trying to be in a relationship with you. So I walk her down to her car and we have a conversation there for like 30 minutes where she's telling me like, no, you're not leaving. Like, I'm not leaving. You're not breaking up with me. I'm by her car. I'm waiting for her to drive home. There reaches a point, bro, where she literally chokes me, and not in a sexual way, nor do I even enjoy being choked. But the point is that it fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? My windpipe was being gripped. She had a strong fucking hand on her. Yeah. And I didn't even know what to think. I was low-key a little lost. I wasn't in danger I was gonna die. I was more in fear that, what the fuck does she think is, how this about to play out? How is this about to play out right now? So I text Waleed from her car, because keep in mind, this car was going for like 30 minutes. I text Waleed like, yo, bro, go to my room, because from my room in the window, you can see her car. Record, please, because I don't know when she's going to try it again. Waleed didn't get the text, and she did it again. And it reached a point where I was like, you got to go. Like, nothing's going. And I was so upset in that moment, because it's like, there's no point even telling nobody about it. It didn't hurt. Like, it hurt, but it wasn't going to be, my neck wasn't going to be sore the next day. So I just refrained from doing shit, devolved this.
That's the problem, though. Like what you just sat there and said, nobody's not going to care.
I know nobody's going to care.
But nobody doesn't give a fuck when that happens to men. And I think that's another problem. The layers of women get away with that shit because, A, it's like almost like an unwritten rule or a fucking dojo rule, whatever you want to call it, that men are not supposed to hit women under practically any circumstances. So then it goes even further to the next part of this is that another layer is that people don't even give a fuck when it happens to men in the first place. Like it is the level of severity. Let me not say they don't give a fuck, but the level of severity is nowhere near close to when the roles are reversed. It's not even close. Because a woman can even go as far as lying about it and people will still immediately believe her and take it to a level of seriousness to where they're going to get rid of the man. Bro, that can happen to a man and people don't even fuck. They don't even treat it the same. She literally just sat there and said, well, a woman can hit you and it's not going to hurt. So like, why do you think you should have that reaction? Like that's the level of what shit we talking about. So that emboldens some women even more to do it. Because they know they can not only get away with it, but if they get to some type of repercussions, it's not going to be that severe. And then finally, men become so prideful about shit that they don't even want to tell nobody. What you look like telling another man, I just got my ass beat by a girl. Like, what the fuck?
No, but it works. It worked the same way, though. Like, if Ronda Rousey and me met up and we had a problem,
but we're not talking about Ronda Rousey.
She could reasonably.
Oh no! I mean,
don't beat my ass, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't throw a fucking flying knee.
Ronda Rousey, though.
Yeah, so that's the point I'm trying to. I think it goes every way. Like the second you have the power to do something dangerous, you have to have the responsibility. You don't have. You should take the responsibility to not do nothing reckless with it.
But who do you think holds more responsibility? The person who is the bigger, stronger person who holds the responsibility not to retaliate, or the person who initiated it?
I don't think it matters. I think socially, if you beat her ass, you're done.
Oh no, I'm saying
so. Like it doesn't matter.
Who holds more though? That's what I'm asking.
But it's just a theoretical question that'll never change. It's never gonna change. There's never gonna be a time where everyone's gonna be like, oh, I can't believe she hit him first. Everyone's gonna be mad at the person who. It happens in basketball where like I push you, you get pissed, you push back, and now the ref saw you push back and you get called for the foul. Yeah. So it's like
legally.
That being said, I want to hear what she said.
Hits men.
Yeah.
First of all, well, I'll take your second point first. First of all, no one cares that women hit men. When you say legally on the books that she hits men, no one cares. She's not going to get punished for that. So that's not a deterrent at all. Second of all, if I restrain her, if I grab her wrist, there's going to be a mark. So guess what? We're both going to jail.
Oh, you're
right?
super
So
strong.
I am protecting myself, restraining her, doing what you say I should do. And then when the cops show up and see my fingerprints on her wrist, we're both going.
But
And
it's
that's
the
the
flip
best case
side.
scenario, because
So
what
then
she
what
could
should you do?
But hold on, Kay. Let him finish. Go ahead, Lee.
what I'm saying is your solution is the best case scenario. What
Okay.
happens a lot of times is I could restrain her. The cops show up. They see bruises on her wrist, but they don't see any bruises on me. So now she's free and I'm going to jail.
Right.
And these same cops have probably been raised, especially down here in Georgia, under
Yeah.
the assumption that men don't hit women regardless.
Yeah.
That's why it's all messed up on all.
What Kay asked the question earlier, what should you do? The answer is, I swear, it's always record, bro. That is the answer. Record. There's times where I was in a situation where I thought, like, there's no fucking way a soul would believe me that I'm in this situation. Let me pull out my camera and record.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a funny moment, like someone's doing a cool trick with a fucking sign on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But other times it's your life could be on the line. Well, if it makes sense, record, bro, because that's your proof. That's your proof. And catch evidence, dog. Don't just fucking willy-nilly catch evidence. Catch evidence, bro, so you don't look like a liar at the end of the day. The reality is, in a lot of these cases, assault, domestic, this, that, the third, they're so difficult to prove. If more
for
people
sure.
recorded, there would be actual evidence that it did or didn't happen. You need to, bro, I couldn't stress enough how much I need to record more of your day, especially when shit is on the line.
The other thing that also bothers me though is like it's not even like they're fighting that it doesn't happen. They're just saying like, oh no, it happens, but like, how should you respond? And so like that is, it's just I don't know the way that we're even having this conversation is kind of odd. But I agree with you.
Look,
Unfortunately,
this is-
y'all gonna have to record, bro.
Look, this is what y'all need to do. The dash cam on your car, you need one in the front and the back, always. Because when you're driving around and something happens, you're recording. When your car is parked, it's recording, right? You need a ring camera at the front of your house. If he enters the house, it's recorded they was there. This is all proof.
Yeah.
I have cameras around all my homes just for my own security, but when something happens, I'm elated that one of my cameras was able to catch it. So that there's plenty of ways for me to prove that the thing I'm honestly saying happened. So there's also ways you can use your cameras to disprove shit. That being said, like, we need to get in the habit. We need to normalize recording a lot of our day. And it's like, obviously, don't be running around recording private conversations. Unless you think she's gonna lie on your name, bro, record that private convo while you're at it. I don't know what the laws are in your state, but in Georgia, if you're on your property, you can legally record without anybody's consent.
Yeah.
So like, Lowe's in my property right now. I've been recording this whole time. But you know all this. But that I'm just trying to say, like, you gotta look out for yourself, man. Cause like, aside from your parents, man, and your brothers, and your daughters and your sons, not many people's gonna look out for you the way you are.
Facts.
Should I keep watching this?
Different levels.
Well, let me ask you this,
Yeah, just a little bit.
because you're restraining, you know, you're talking about holding the wrist. Restraining could be a bear hug and telling her, you know what I'm saying?
Are
but
you serious?
if you, but
Why you
no,
guys
let me-
breaking
if you
down?
gotta- y'all gotta let me finish.
The
Y'all
bear
not
hug
let
thing threw me off.
Not let me talk. That was just a
But the
an
man is gonna
idea.
protect. They're gonna protect themselves. If the woman out of control, they're gonna
I'm-
protect
I
themselves.
have
In
not-
the story.
Okay, please stop and let me talk.
All right, talk to me about the bear hug.
Okay, so I'm not even. That's just an
No,
idea.
no, no.
Maybe,
Listen, you got mad because I cut you off at the bear hug. So fine, finish
no,
your point about the bear hug. I'm sorry I cut you off at the bear hug.
I'm trying to finish a sentence. So even with that, but if you hit her, being that you're a foot taller, you don't think that's going to be an imprint more than trying to constrain her, than
What
fight
difference does it
her?
make?
And if she doesn't get anything on her, well, no, you don't get anything on her because she's not strong enough to do any kind of bruise on you, but you're able to bruise her when you fight her and the police come, who getting arrested? The police, when they come, they're looking at who is more messed up.
You know, there's no
They
telling.
do.
Courtney
When
is
the police
saying
come,
There's no
when the
telling
police
what's gonna
come,
happen.
no. Yeah.
It's
when the police
situational.
come,
It's situational.
no, it's not. When the police come, they examine the woman, they examine the man, and they see who is more battered.
Okay, what's your point?
All right, as a person who just recently got out of a boxing match, been training in boxing for the last month or so, let me just tell you, in the little fights I've had, most of the time I walk away doing more visible damage, but I'm the guy who got his ass whooped. So that being said, the police can only look for evidence, right? And the evidence is like the marks that's on people's bodies. Do you have a black eye? But that's not only is that not the full story, but if that's the only piece of evidence they're using, it could be wildly misleading.
Wildly misleading.
So I
And
get
again,
what
that-
she's saying, but
I understand what you're saying,
it's
but
not
then
accurate.
For that to continue to be not accurate, the woman would have to then continuously lie about what actually happened. So we're in the scenario that she's saying. If the man says, "Hey, I was just defending myself," and that's what happened, the woman would then have to then lie and say, "Hey, I didn't do anything. So he just hit me," and then that's how he would go to jail. So essentially, you're putting him without what you don't even really realize is, but she's just like by default putting him in a lose-lose situation. She put his hands on him first. He responded in some type of way that where it left her bruised up. Then the police come. Now he doesn't have no bruise and she does, and now she's lying to the police. So regardless of what happens, the nigga's going to jail. And I think that's the point that I think she's missing, that in so many instances that the men are just so at such a massive disadvantages in these situations that, like you said earlier, a lot of times it's just way more worth it taking a more passive strategic approach to this, either trying to like remove yourself physically or in some type of way, or having someone or something recorded. Like that's just unfortunately that is what it is.
Record, man, just record. This convo, I get the purpose of it. I think the purpose is to have the conversation. The reality is we need to teach more women to not create a physical confrontation out of thin air just because something upsets you. I don't know what the context is, but it almost will never make sense to lay a first strike unless you feel like you're in real danger. You do not strike. You don't do it. And then on the opposite end, if you are bigger and stronger, you have to be able to let the situation devolve. It is your responsibility to not escalate it. It is not alpha, or you will not get extra points. You can defend yourself by running away if you have to. It's not ideal, but that's the solution from both sides. If you're the bigger, stronger... Now, if you're the bigger, stronger person and you start the fight, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you can do there. There's nothing that's going to happen there. You're done. Because, you know...
And I'll take a step further. Bro, y'all need to start removing yourselves from those toxic relationships and toxic environments.
If she tells you she loves to... She loves to fight? She loves to fight?
Y'all need to start removing yourselves. And we just need to, as men as well, we need to stop acting as if like that type of activity and behavior is normal.
Bro.
Stop normalizing that type of shit just because you're a man. She didn't really hurt me. Like it's not even really about the fact that she hurt you or not. It's just a level of respect that comes along with, or lack of respect that comes along with this idea that I feel comfortable enough to put my hands on you. Like there's a level of disrespect that comes along with that. And so regardless if it doesn't hurt you or not, it just shouldn't be an environment that you should be normalizing. And I think there are a lot of men who just normalize that type of behavior. And furthermore, you just don't know what also is going to escalate to. Because one day it might escalate to a point where it does hurt you. She might hit you a certain type of way, or might catch her at the right angle, and y'all just kind of get all in the motion. And now all of a sudden, now you hurt for real, and now you responding in a way that's going to really fuck you over, bro. So stop normalizing. Y'all, men have to stop normalizing that behavior as well. But hey, man, if you enjoyed the video or at least enjoyed the conversation, leave a comment down low. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And until next time, watch this video, dog. Watch this video right here.